So today I'll be making ribeye steak and watermelon salad. Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, MBC Lifestyles Diary. My name is Marie, I live in New York. I love cooking and entertaining, I love cultural events, fashion, travel, and I'm asking you to join me on the adventure. So I'm going to start the ribeye steak, and here it is that I'm letting come to room temperature. I marinated in water and vinegar. I dried it, pat dried with a paper towel, and I put oregano, crushed black pepper, kosher salt, and of course, Montreal steak seasoning. As you know, I let it marinate overnight, and today I'm going to cook it. So the first thing I do is I pull out my cast iron skillet, get it heated, put a little olive oil, because I'm going to be sauteing the onions. And what's my tagline? I'm building flavor. Yes, I am. So everything is going to get done in this skillet. You can see I've already chopped the portobello mushrooms. And what I did was I gave them a quick rinse. Not a lot of water because, you know, the mushroom will absorb the water. And I took a damp paper towel and I wiped them down, like so. And then I chopped them up and they are ready to be sauteed also. Sometimes to help the onions cook faster, I cover it for a little while. Let it saute, caramelize. And at some point, I'm going to add some parsley because you know, I'm building flavor. I lift the cover once in a while to make sure they're not burning, move them around. Cover it again, wait a little bit. This isn't quick and easy. It's not very long, but you have to have patience and understand that each ingredient is important, and you're cooking it to bring it to its fullest flavor. Because this is a very simple meal. The steak is the main attraction. There's just a very light summer salad to go with it, and it's just a lot of protein. This looks very nice. So now I'm going to add the parsley. Stir it up some more. So now it's ready. Onions are brown, the parsley is mixed in. Now I'm going to do the next part. And as you can see, the onion flavor is in the pan, the parsley flavor, the olive oil, all that waiting for the mushrooms. So I'm gonna add a pat of butter. Now here goes the mushrooms. The onions are done and the mushrooms are browning nicely. So I'm taking them out and my pan is full of flavor. I've sauteed onions, I've sauteed mushrooms. Now I'm adding some olive oil, and that way I can get a nice sear on these big juicy pieces of ribeye. I'm placing them in the pan. I'm making sure they fit and that each side gets a good sear on. Now, for those of you that like it in medium rare, cooking it stovetop might be enough to get it to the temperature that you want and the level of rareness that you want. I'm flipping it over and I'm going to add some garlic and some thyme and a pat of butter on each because I like my steak more towards temperature of medium. So this, after I've done with the butter, it's going to go in the broiler for more color and for more crisping of the fat. Now let's get to the salad, and I like to use 3 different types of lettuce. I like to use chicory, green leafy lettuce, and arugula. The arugula is the only greens I buy in a box because that's the only way I can find it. But I like to buy the other greens this way, not in a bag, not prepackaged. I find that I can judge the freshness better and it lasts longer. So I'm going to rinse them. I wish I had a salad spinner because I need these greens to be dry. So I'll just have to drain it in the colander and pat it dry. Here you're looking at a bowl with a cup of olive oil, half a cup of balsamic vinegar, and a tablespoon of brown sugar. And I'm going to stir it till it's nice and thick. Look at that wonderful consistency. That's what we're going for. And I'm going to coat the greens after they're properly dried. I'm going to coat the greens so that I can dress my salad. So I'm doing it in batches, pouring in the mixture, stirring it in, and then I'm going to put it in my glass bowl. I am then going to top it with some goat cheese crumble, but you could use feta cheese, you could use blue cheese, and just dice the watermelon right on top. I love this salad. It's so refreshing. I could eat it every day. Isn't it pretty? Now I check on my steak, and I think it's done. I'm going to take it out of the broiler and let it sit so that the juices can settle. After that, I'm going to plate it, and the sauce that's left in the pan or the flavoring that's left in the pan, I'm going to pour some wine and deglaze it. But I'm taking out the garlic bits and I'm taking out the thyme. Here's my wine. I have this at a medium heat. I've poured it in. And here's some butter. And we're going to cook this sauce up, and I'm going to let it reduce and get thick. In the meantime, I'm taking out the challah bread and I'm going to butter that. And the garlic that I had set aside that had browned so nicely with the steak, I'm putting on the challah bread. And that's going to go into my air fryer for some nice, delicious, toasty bread. So there's the menu, guys. There's salad, there's steak, and there's bread. Yummy. The sauce is nice and thick. I like it. I like the consistency. And I'm going to bring it to the table. Let me plate the food for you. Here we are in the dining room. I'm going to serve it with a nice rosé because you know I love rosé, and it's in honor of my summer salad. Usually I would do it with a nice red, but you know, me and rosé, we've got a thing going on. Bon appétit, my friends.